pretty sure is it a dog or a bear or something. And it's from my dad before I came to Hong Kong. And he just say that he asked one of his friends to make it for me and just asked me to bring it here. So maybe if I feel lonely here and if I have him, it makes me remind of my home and my family.
Like, it starts off from when I first left America, going to Thailand. So I went to Thailand for a month in July of this past summer. So it's like all my flight tickets, and then getting tickets from there to the next airport. I kept them all. It was a few days before I left America. So there's just what I did during the day. It says anything is possible. And then I have quotes that I saw on hostel walls that I really liked. Cards of people who are really friendly and good restaurants. This is from the Alice in Wonderland Cafe in Shibuya. Awesome. And then really nice travel agent lady who sets up with a good train ticket. So there's good mementos. Map, Tokyo. Postcards I never sent out. I need to send them. Copies of passports, subway maps, just budget sheets, drawing.
这个是我从家乡带来的鲜花饼，它叫鲜花饼，因为它的馅是由鲜花做成的。然后因为我们家乡是云南，然后云南盛产的就是各种各样的鲜花，然后呢，我们就会把鲜花作为食材，然后做成饼或者其他食物的内馅。然后这个饼呢是由菊花做成，它是菊花口味的。然后很多很受欢迎的其他口味是玫瑰花味的，因为我们那边很多玫瑰花，所以这是我从家乡带来的一个饼，因为做早餐或者送人，这非常的重要。
Sometimes when I'm feeling down or when I need to talk to someone back at home, I Skype with them. Every weekend I Skype with them. But this year and this semester as well, especially, I've been Skyping them for 2 times a week. So yeah.
So this watch he gave me, and he bought it from Mecca. And as you can see, there's Kaaba. He went for Hajj, for the pilgrimage, a famous pilgrimage that all the Muslims want to do, and some of them get a chance to do it. So as you can see, the Kaaba is engraved on this watch, and it's a very fancy watch. And how to open this? Okay, as you can see, it's very old-fashioned and it's vintage, so it's quite cool.
And one thing is, being a Muslim, I have to pray 5 times a day, and then we also have to read. It's encouraged for us to read our holy book. So then before leaving, my mom gave me this small hand-sized Quran. The Quran is the holy book of the Muslims. So she told me that just make it a point to read at least 1 page every day. So I've kept it in the front, and every day in the mornings, most of the mornings I can say that I try to read at least 1 page from this or the other book I have. So basically, whenever I see this or whenever I read this, I remember my mom. And obviously, when you think of home, the mother is the first thing that you think of. So this is one of the things that has kept my connection with my home. And yeah, whenever I look at it or read it, I remember home. When I came in the beginning, it was a massive shock because Hong Kong is very different from what one can imagine. And especially the city that I come from, even though it's called the Silicon Valley, it's still laid back a bit. We have a very laid back culture. We don't have, and Hong Kong is the complete opposite. Very fast paced life, nobody has time for you and everybody's in a hurry. Nobody is literally relaxing, everybody's just got some work to do, nobody's free, they don't have free time here.
香港人民也很 nice， 但是他是有礼貌的 nice， 而我们的人民是发自内心的淳朴的那种热情，就是欢迎你来的那种感觉。所以是我觉得家乡的感觉是更淳朴的人民，然后香港就是一个很现代的大都市。
So what I can say about the difference between Malaysia and Hong Kong. Malaysia, it's actually, how to put it this way, comfortable and well, relaxing. Hong Kong is also relaxing, but it's a lot of work to do as well. Even when you talk with them, they are much nicer. Hong Kong people are also nice, but sometimes they're in a rush.
In Hong Kong, I feel people are just kind of like focus on their own stuff for a pretty long time. Like when you are on the MTR, everyone is just looking at his phone and they're not talking. But in Taiwan, I feel like when you walk on the street, and people are always smiling, and then when you like say hello to them, when you get to a restaurant or a shop, and it's pretty nature for us to smile and say hello.
So I went from Thailand for a month to Korea, and I thought that I would be closer to Seoul, but I was actually 3 hours away from Seoul, which is, Korea is pretty small, so it was like really freaking far. So I had to take this like a super slow train to get there, and I was basically back in like another small town, but this town was like completely different. I can't speak Korean, and now at least I can read it, so it was a change. I think the way that first when I got there, I was like, oh my god, I'm in Korea! And I was really excited, and then it hit me that I wasn't going to see my sister for like 5 months, which is weird because we're twins, always together. So that was different, and I had to adapt to not being able to see her every single day and talk about anything.
Because I just left from my hometown and I left all my friends there, but it's just kind of like I came here alone, so it's makes me feel a bit lonely when I was first time here.
Well, you leave home, when you leave home, you get out of your comfort zone, and your how to say that? I forgot that word. Okay, your way of seeing things broadens. I mean, it's not limited. When you're at home, you only interact with same set of people every day, and when you get outside of home, you get a chance to think out of the box. So yes, that's a good thing.
I was so sad that I have to go back home, probably because like I've been there for like what, 20 years, like almost, and it's so boring. Like just day to day, just boringness. There's nothing new to expect. There's nothing else to explore, and to just like get lost. Like there, if you're lost, you're like irritated, but here, if you're lost, you're like, whoa, like this is so cool. Like I've never even seen this type of thing before. So yeah, I'm really sad. I don't really want to go back, but yeah, I have to.
Well, because I'm from Iowa, which is in the Midwest, it's like we have a population of like maybe 1.5 million people, so there's not really very much to do besides make babies and go to the movies. So, and I don't want to make babies, and there's only so many movies you can see, so traveling brings variety. I think it's good to have variety.
I got used to things. I do my own laundry, I do my own finances as well. I mean, like, make sure that I don't overspend things. And the fact is that being here for 3 years makes me feel like home.
First thing is, as I said, I've come to accept the culture here, and it's not a problem for me. It's not a shock, because even though there are many things which I cannot have, which I cannot do, I found the things which I can do, and Hong Kong offers everything. That's true. Hong Kong has literally every single thing for you to do. There are no restrictions here, so that's amazing. People are very accepting.
I wrote in my journal a lot. I made some texting friends. And then I started to figure out that like the world isn't really that much of a scary place, you know, because like everyone has their own, like they go to school, they go to work, and they come home and they have dinner, and maybe they go out and go to bed and do it all over again. You know, like it's not radically different. So I think knowing that like we're all kind of going towards the same thing, it made it less scary and less daunting, more comfortable.
Like I miss Taco Bell, which is really lame and super American, but I miss like the convenience of like going in a car and driving to like Taco Bell like 2 in the morning.
Maybe like fast food, like crappy food, like Taco Bell. I don't know.
The food. Yeah, Malaysian food is really good.
Yeah, I miss the food the most.
I miss food because Indian food is incomparable for me.
Yeah, my family, I got a pretty warm family and we all get with each other pretty well.
Okay.
Yeah, so yeah, I'm missed about my family, my friends, and also, yeah, they're just a pretty routine and normal things in my hometown, like the food or yeah, the pace of living.
香港不算是出国，在香港的话还没有这么强烈的一种感受，但是到了美国以后，因为我们当时住的是单人间，然后就过了1个月之后，我就非常的想家，那种想家的感觉，就是一种你从来没有经历过的那种感受，因为整个四目无亲。然后同学跟我有不同的生活，即使一起从香港过去，然后大家都在不同的系，所以就是会无比的想念家人。然后我每天晚上做梦的话，都会梦到我跟我爸在我们家楼下那些小吃店，怎么，反正现在吃遍了或者怎么样。
To some place like maybe you like return to every now and then. Kind of a lame answer. Yeah, I think it depends on where you're at. Yeah, it's like fluid. Almost fluid. Yeah.
I think it's my roots. I mean, yeah, it's just like because perhaps in the future I may also go to somewhere else abroad or yeah, away from my hometown. And I think it's good that you know there's always a place for you to go back. Yeah, you have a family there, and if you feel like kind of frustrated, and you can. My dad always say to me that you could always come home if you need any help or for no reasons. Yeah. And
My definition of home would be firstly a place where, for me, it would be comfort. I should find comfort when I go to some place. So I shouldn't have this tension in mind that okay, I have another problem to solve here. When I go there, I should be free of tension. So the first point with regards to home for me would be comfort. Secondly, if not inside the home, at least around the home, there should be people who I know, because personally I do not like being alone or being isolated. I don't know why, but obviously humans are social beings, and I cannot do anything if I'm alone, basically. I need to be with someone. Even when I study, it's tough for me to study alone in my room. So I go to a library because at least there are people around me. So my home, I would call the place home when I know people around me and I have people who I can communicate with, who I'm close to at least.
The people who can understand you, and I think often the people who can understand you are the people who you grew up with, or who faced the similar things when they were small, and so it's easy to understand. It's very easy for them to understand you, and I think the ones who understand you, if you live with them, it feels like home.
Yeah, I think like you leave a little bit of like yourself there. Like the people you meet there, like I met a Korean girl when I was in Ireland. Like this was my first time traveling by myself. I met her in Ireland and we were both like equally like, what's Ireland about? Like what's Dublin about? And I don't know, like there's always something I think like Dublin, like Japan, Scotland. I would say Italy too, and though I really like Italy, like even Italy, like with my host family, there's always like a piece of me that's there that like I think was like greatly shaped by my experiences there. So even Hong Kong, like there's gonna be a big part of me here, but hopefully I'll come back and like visit.
So my mom, I think for the 4 years before coming to Hong Kong, she made it a point that every day in the morning after the morning prayers, she used to make me and my sister sit together and then just do some prayers and read a few pages and then read the translation as well. So, but still when I go back home, for 2 or 3 weeks. Whenever I do, she wakes me up in the morning, and then we sit together and then we read. We do the prayers and then we read the translations. So this habit still remains when I go back home. So that's why in the mornings when I try to read over here, it obviously reminds me of home, because I'm continuing that habit over here, or bringing that habit here.
It makes me really comfortable that they are okay and I'm okay as well. So we help each other feeling more comfortable than before.
This is my baby. Like, she is the best cat ever. But like, I brought a picture of her. I didn't bring a picture of like my family or like my mom or anything else. I brought a picture of my cat because I don't know, because I feel like it's very sad to like leave your own animal, especially when it's like, I don't know, like she's always been a part of your life, so it's kind of more like I would take her if I could, but yeah.
And the important idea behind this is I believe that all the religions are equal, and I'm a very secular, and I mean my family also is very secular bunch of people, and so yes, it also means a lot to me. It is a reminder of the same message.
Kind of makes me feel safe and feel warm when I know there's a company by me.